What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? Hope that y'all been doing good. Hope that you been doing good. I know y'all ain't seen me too much this week, but I just ain't been in the mood. Just ain't been in the mood, to be honest with you, man. I have been in the news a lot, watching the news. I actually been keeping up with this trial, and yeah, that's what I've been doing. I felt like, for me, it's a personal thing. The reason I'm watching it, and I really just been looking on TV this week. Really been discouraged. Really haven't been feeling it this week. So much negativity going on, and that's where I'm at with it. But I really got on here because I ran across this guy, Officer Tatum. I have my own concerns about him. He appears to speak the cold, hard truth, but I don't really like the cut of his jib. I don't. I don't like the way he talked. He tried to be unbiased, but I believe that he's biased, and that's just my opinion. If you like him, you like him. You know, I try to listen to anything people say, but I just don't like his narrative. And what I mean by the narrative is like, of course, I'm sure that a lot of you guys have heard about Dante Wright, man who was gunned down, shot. You know, the lady. I ain't trying to be dramatic, but he was shot by officer who thought she had a taser but had a gun, and I have my thoughts about that too. But just the narrative that Officer Tatum and others put out there is that if you comply, you'll be able to leave the scene or whatever. Now, I wish the guy would have complied. I really do. I wish George Floyd would have complied. But there's no guarantee that they were going to make it home. And I'm sick of them putting that narrative out there like, if you comply, you'll just go home. And I probably told the story before when I was falsely accused from a cop. I had just got out of the car coming home from a basketball game. Got out of the car, walked straight towards my grandma's house. Now, it was a good little ways to walk. It was in an apartment complex. So I'm walking, and out of nowhere, I hear this cop calling me. Hey, hey. Didn't know, excuse me, sir. Hey, hey. So just calling me. So, of course, I'm alert now. And I keep walking. Because now I know I got to get home. I got to get where somebody can see me. So I get home. I tell my mom to come outside, and I come back outside. I ain't even go in the house. I just knocked on the door, opened the door because we never left the door locked where we were. My mama come outside, and this cop accused me of peeing on side of a building. You know, like literally, you just peed on side of that building. I said, no, I didn't. I just got out the car. I'm just coming home. I just saw you pee on side of that building. Ma'am, you did not see me pee on side of the building. So she accused me as if like I did it, you know. And then my mama outside, so I got an adult. I was a minor at this time. So good thing I caught my mom outside, you know. So she come outside and she talking to the lady. And I'm trying to keep my composure and keep calm because I know I didn't do what I was accused of doing. Or what she accused me of doing. So long story short, my mom talked to her and I was able to leave. And she was by herself, the cop. But I'm saying, you don't handle a situation like that. And for Officer Tatum, the former cop or whatever, to be able to get on the platform and say all type of things like that, like, just comply, shut up. And then I look at the footage of the Army guy. I wish he'd have complied too. But my question is, at what point do the cops learn to talk to people with respect? Just because they have a badge on don't make them no tougher than anybody else. We all people. Their job is to protect and serve. And if you treat people with decency, most of the time, you'll get decency back. I'm not saying all of the time. But what really pushed me to say something on this topic was Officer Tatum He was talking about this Dante Wright guy so bad. And then on the same clip, he was talking about the guy, I think it was Mexico somewhere, that killed the officer. Now I look at the contrast. Yeah, Dante Wright tried to run. He got killed because he tried to run. He got killed because he tried to get in the car. And I'm not saying that the police shouldn't do their job. I'm not saying that. But he tried to run. But this guy in Mexico, supposedly, he was seen with the weapon. The cop saw his assault rifle. Supposedly, I was not there. But he was treated with the utmost respect. Come and walk to the car with me. And then he get out and kill the cop. But you talk bad about Dante Wright, but you say no harsh words about the guy who actually killed the cop. And that's what ticked me off. Don't be impartial and just sit like all black people are dangerous or all black people are bad or we should just listen. See, if you don't see the problem in that, then you part of the problem too. Yeah, that's how I feel about it. If you don't see the problem with a guy getting arrested, and I don't know the background, but I'm just looking at the contrast. You got a problem with the black guy getting arrested, getting handcuffed, getting shot. You don't know if he had a weapon or not, but you don't have a problem and you don't talk about the guy who killed an officer. He just biased, bro. That's my problem with Officer Tatum. Like, you just saying stuff that people want to hear. You side with people who giving this narrative that if black people just comply, they'll live. That ain't true. That ain't true. I just don't like the narrative that you're putting out. I don't like it. It's like, so if just because we don't comply, we deserve to die? I wish George Floyd would have got in the car, but he didn't deserve to die. He didn't deserve to have no knee on his neck like that. I was a correction officer, and it was plenty times to where I say, if I just calm down and step back, I could make this situation go a lot smoother. That's a tactic you have to learn, skill you have to learn. And I'm not comparing that to being on the streets with people who could potentially have weapons, but they could have weapons in prison too. There was a gun on the compound before with bullets. Homemade gun. It'll still kill you. I just don't like the narrative, man. That's just like saying, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful or insensitive to anyone in an abusive situation. But if you see people in abusive situations, you see a woman get hit, the first thing that man say is, you made me do this. It's because of your actions that I did this. That's what ticked me off. I don't like it. I just don't like it. Quit putting that narrative out that if you comply, you'll go home. Yes, I think you should be smart. Yes, I think you should do whatever it needs to be done for you to get home. But don't mean necessarily every time you comply, you're going to go home. Quit saying that. Because you saying because somebody break the law, they deserve to die. Basically, you saying when a black person break the law, they deserve to die. That's what I'm hearing from it. That's what I'm hearing from Tatum. That's what I hear. And you saying what everybody else is saying. You saying what the majority of people are saying. That, well, if they just do what they're supposed to do, they'll go home. Could be true. But just because you break the law, don't mean you deserve to die. Period. That's all I got to say. Peace.